Hello everyone, today we will be making investment management system in C++, which is an object-oriented programming-based project. It's a project by me, Saumya, BTech first year student of data science and artificial intelligence in University. So, what is a restaurant management system in C++ is? Our restaurant management system in C++ is a console-based application that helps manage a restaurant operations. So what we will be doing exactly, we will be doing the three tasks. We will be adding the items in the menu. We will be taking the orders. Customers can select the items as well as the quantities. We will be then generating the bills, calculating the total bill and displaying it to the user. Next, why we are using C++ and object-oriented programming for this project? Because object-oriented programming makes the system modular and reusable. Also, using the classes and objects, we can both related data and objects. Moving forward, we will be analyzing the code now. First, we will be using the two libraries or other files, first is ISP, second is vector, and third is strings. So we have introduced ISP for input-output operation like C in and C out. We are including vector in order to a dynamic array to store many items and orders. We are also including string to use string data type from item names. Now, we will be using struct. So what's a struct is? Struct groups limited variables together. For example, name, which will be storing the food item under the string data type, and price, which will be storing the cost of the item under integer data. Each item represents one known item. So this is how the code will look like. Star, item, string, name, int, price. Now, we will be making a class named restaurant. So what is the class is? So class is like a blueprint or template for creating objects. It defines attributes and behaviors that the object created from it will have. We have two SQL specifiers in a class that are private and public. So private ensures that the data is protected and can only be accessed through the class functions. So we have also used dynamic array vector in order to add items to the menu. So menu, that is dynamic use of menu items, and orders, which will be storing orders as a pair, item index and quantity. Now public functions, add items, adding new menu items, show menu, display the menu to the user, take order, take customer order, and generating the bill, calculating and printing the bill. Now, we will be adding items to the menu. So we will be using a function that is void restaurant add item along with the name and the price. We have used menu to start here because it will be adding new item to the end of the vector. Vector resizes automatically is no more capacity limits. So why we are using vector here? Because number of menu items not needed before and suppose dynamic addition and removal takes place. So now we are showing the menu or displaying the menu to the user so that he or she may decide what he wants to order. So, so menu size will be showing the total number of items in the menu. We have used for loop here as we know that there are three types of loops that are while, for and while loop. So it will be storing the each item name along with the item price. Using the loop, allow any number of menu items without changing the code. And it also has a user-friendly feature that is numbering starts from 1, but internally vector index starts from 0. Now, we will be taking the order from the user. So user selects the menu item number, then he or she enters the quantity. For example, he has selected the choice 1, which will get converted to zero-based vector index. Also, so it will get stored as item index and quantity in orders vector. So why vector of pairs? Because each order needs item index and quantity. Also, vector allows storing multiple orders dynamically. Next, so why restaurant has been a function in order to take order from the user. We will be asking for the item number, then the user will enter his or her choice. Also, you will be asking next for the quantity and the user will be entering the quantity, and with this orders are pushed back, we will be saving the order in the basket. Now, as we have taken the order from the user, we will be generating the bill. So we have made another function that is void restaurant in order to generate the bill. Initially, the bill was 0, and then it will be saving the item index and then quantity. Then it will we will be adding each cost in order to get the totals, and the and Cout will show the total grand total to the user. Why this design is good? Because it supports any number of orders and it's easy to expand for text. Next, the main function starts from the compilation will start. So we are creating object R of class restaurant. We will be adding the menu items using add items. We will be showing the menu to the user. By show menu, we will be taking the orders from the customer. By take order, we will be generating the bill by generate price. This is somehow the output will look like. For example, user selects pizza in quantity 2. The system multiplies price into quantity, which will be 400, and it will change the result. For example, this is the menu, pizza for 200, budget 500, pasta for 150. Now the user will enter the item number, and quantity, and this is how the bill will look like, and total finally. Now let us understand the code first. So we are including the three libraries here as we have previously studied. IOStream for input output, vector for adding the dynamic arrays, and string in order to use the string data types. Next, we are making a class which is menu items, and we will be storing in ID and name and price of the item. We have used in data type for ID, string for the name, and double for price. Now we are using the public as an access specifier, and we will be storing ID and name and price in it. For example, the user entered the ID number 1, then it will get stored in this, and then it will get stored in type variable. Now we will be adding the ID, name, and price of the items by get ID, and we will be making them constant so that no further changes can take place later on in the menu. Now we are using the display function in order to show the ID and name and price to the user. Next, we are making another class named restaurant, which will be adding the items to the menu. So we have created another function that is void and add menu item. It will add the ID, name, and price to the menu. We have used menu push test here in order to add the items in the end of the vectors. So now you will be displaying the menu to the user. This is a function that is void display menu, and we have also made this constant so that no changes can be made further. For example, if the menu is empty, then the project will show that the menu is empty and with a method. And if there is menu and items are added in it, then it will show the menu to the user, and also it will display the items in the menu. Now next is taking the order from the user. So we have created another function void with order. So if the menu is empty, so it will be showing add a menu is empty and I add items first. Otherwise, it will ask the user to enter the item IDs in order to take its order. So we have also created a loop which is always true until the first condition is given. So the user will be entering the item ID. If the item ID is 0, the loop will break. So we have also used the bool here, which is false initially. Now, in order to check whether the item ID that is given by the user is same as that the item ID mentioned in the menu. For example, if the item ID of the user entered is 5 and we don't have that ID in the menu, then it will show invalid item ID and try ID. And for example, if the user enters the item ID 1 and it matches with the one item ID in the menu, then it will be stored in the order pushback. Now we will be generating the bill. If the user enters no order, then the total will be 0. And initially the total is 0. So we will be multiplying the total quantity into the price of the one product in order to get the total. And it will display the table. Otherwise, it will display that the new item has been ordered by the user. Now comes to the main function from which the compilation will start. So here we have been making objects of class R, that is the restaurant. First, we will be adding the items in the menu, that is the for 99, pizza for 199. Now we will be asking for the choice of the user. We will be displaying first restaurant management, then displaying the menu, then execute the orders, and we will be putting the orders and simply exiting the program. Then the user will enter his or her choice, and so we have been using here switch case that will be displaying the menu and getting the orders. And as soon as the order is taken and the bill is displayed, you will be saying thank you, use it again. Otherwise, let choice and time. Now let's run this code and see what the outcome is. So as you can see, it's showing the menu that is sandwich for $4.99. So for $1.99, let's enter our choice. For say we have entered dates, then it is showing that chocolate shake has been added to our order. Now let's say 3. It has added pasta to our order. Now we have to press 0 in order to stop this and stop ordering. So we will be pressing 0. So as you can see that the total bill is chocolate shake for $3.99 and pasta for $6.75 and total is $10.74. Now let's come to the final results. What are the key object-oriented programming principles that have been used in this project are encapsulation, menu and orders are private, public functions provide controlled access, modularity, each function does one task only, usability, class restaurant can be reused for new restaurants or extended for discounts, tax, and multiple customers. And it is easy to add new menu items, more orders, or extra features without changing the core logic. Now, why does code design works well? Because it uses dynamic arrays. No need for cape size arrays. We are using dynamic arrays as a vector. We are using struct for the clean storage of menu items. Object-oriented programming approach is encapsulation plus modularity for plus scalability. Also, clear flow of the operations like add, show, bill, and order and bill. And it is easy to extend or modify in the future. So that is it for today. And thanks for watching.